Good morning, MAB Elementary. Welcome to Circle Time. I'm pre-recording this, but this will show on Wednesday, April 1st. And I hope you're in with me then. So I'm recording this in New Orleans, and behind me is a beautiful painting that Mrs. Terrio arranged for an artist to paint for me some years ago for my birthday. It was a big surprise. And it's a picture of my grandfather's house in Convent, Louisiana, up the Mississippi River, about 40 miles. And we used to go there all the time, and I had so much fun playing in that big house and under it because it was like 5 feet off the ground, and you could play under the big house. And then, of course, it was right on the Mississippi River, so we could run up the levees and see all the big boats. It was a great place to go, and I loved it dearly. And Frederick Guest, a friend of ours, an artist here in the French Quarter, painted that, and he is fabulous in his techniques for using color and flowers and just getting everything perfect. He actually, unknown to me, went out to Convent to see the house. It's still there. It's a bed and breakfast now owned by other people, but so he got this, he got it just right. It's beautiful. So today is April 1st, 2020. Your weather in Leesburg is not too good, guys. Sorry. High is going to be 49 degrees, 40% rain shower chance, mostly in the morning. And the winds are going to be not too high, but 5 to 10 miles an hour from the northwest. Good time for you guys to get out your compass, remind yourself on the cardinal directions and the compass roses that you made early in the year, and see if you can figure out which direction is northwest. And when it's not raining, go out there and see if you can feel that, look to the northwest and see if you feel that wind hitting you in the face. Because whenever you in meteorology read about or hear about wind direction, it's the direction the wind is coming from, not the direction the wind is blowing to. Well, what I'm going to be doing on my, usually on Wednesdays, my circle with you guys, I'm going to take the opportunity, because y'all guys know how Mr. T, loves history. And I'm going to go back to some of the really important things that I found doing research actually occurred on that day in years long ago. One of the most interesting things I'm going to start with, and this is going to be a challenge for you, I'm going to put it up here where you can see it. And what it says is that Halley's Comet in the year 374 AD, long time ago, you guys need to figure out how long ago that was. Remember, our current year is 2020, and this is 374. So what kind of math operation are you going to have to do to figure out how many years ago this was? So you guys do that first thing. And then, and I think you're going to need your dad or mom's help on this. I know you will. The reason that date was important, April 1st in 374, is because that's the closest that had ever been recorded for Halley's Comet to pass near the planet Earth. And that number below there, it's a decimal number. And I'll read it for you. It's 888 10,000, okay? 0.0888 of a AU. An AU is an astronomical unit. So what your parents got to do first off is find out what that unit means. How many miles or years, light years actually, is an astronomical unit. And then it looks like Halley's Comet passed within, not rounding, 9/10, no, I'm sorry, 9/100ths, it's upside down for me, 9/100ths of a astronomical unit. Relatively close. But that's an astronomy question for you guys to look up. So, after Halley's Comet, in 374, a lot of other interesting things happened. Here's a few of them. In 1778, jumping forward lots of years here, into recorded history. In 1778, a businessman in New Orleans, Louisiana, his name was Olivier Pollock, he invented the use of the dollar sign. So you guys can look at your in your composition, in your penmanship, and make a few dollar signs. In 1826, Samuel Morey patented the first gas or vapor engine. The first gasoline engine was invented in 1826. And next time your dad goes out to start the car, you can see what a modern day gasoline engine does. In 1853, in Cincinnati, the city council hired their first full-time paid fireman. Up until that time, they were either volunteer firemen or they had private fire companies where residents could buy insurance with a private fire company, and if they had a fire, hopefully they could get there in time to put it out. But this was the government of Cincinnati, city government, creating the first official fire corps. In 1889, the first electrical dishwasher was for sale in Chicago, 1889. In 1891, the first London to Paris telephone connection was arranged. And that same year, it's an important one for a lot of people in earlier generations, the Wrigley Chewing Gum Company started making Wrigley's Chewing Gum in Chicago, Illinois. In 1929, which was a historic year for many reasons, a young man named Louis Marx invented the yo-yo. For those of you who don't have a yo-yo, I hope all of you do. You know, we've had them in our classroom for use at rainy day indoor recess. Go out and get your yo-yo. This is a good time to figure out if you can use that yo-yo. It takes a lot of practice to get the technique down, but it's an endlessly entertaining and fun thing to do. In 1952, a group of astrophysicists, the names, three people, they were Aphes, Bethes, and Garrow. They first proposed in a scientific journal the Big Bang Theory. And you guys know that in the first grade lesson, we go through the Big Bang and the origin of the universe. And science has now, since then, this was in 1929, astrophysicists have confirmed that the Big Bang actually did happen, and they have scientific evidence to that effect. But these guys, this was their theory. They were just thinking it up. It was a hypothesis in science, and it's now been proven to be scientifically correct. And the last thing I'm going to give you is personal for Mr. T. In 1966, one of my favorite rock and roll songs ever, Hold On, I'm Coming, was recorded by two black jazzmen named Sam and Dave. And if you can hear that, it's a fantastic song. We used to love to dance to it when we were in college. So that's Circle Time for today. Hope you guys have a really good working session today. Remember, make that brain strong. Don't waste your time. Every day is a day to make it stronger. And whether you're at home or whether you're in our classroom at MAB, it's a time to make those brain cells work. See you next Wednesday. Mr. T, out.